Hey everyone, today I'm showing you new ways to get even more damage on your bleed Gladiator. This new setup is based on the one from my previous video, but adding in some uniques in the mix. So first I will explain how to use the secret technique of stacking bleeds from Crimson Dance and your regular bleed. You probably know about Crimson Dance, but you might not know that an enemy can receive damage from both types of bleed at the same time. Since uniques rarely have resistances, you might need a whole new set of armor to fix that, so it can get pricey. But tomorrow I have a video for you explaining a few Arcane Go mapping strategies for steady currency making, so it would be worth a divine to me if you subscribe at the end of this video and join the elite 1%. So in order to achieve the double bleed stacking, we use the aspect of a cat and the Farrul's Pounce unique gloves. The aspect of a cat reserves 20% of your mana to alternate between two buffs, Cat Stealth for 4 seconds and Cat's Agility for 6 seconds. Cat's Stealth gives us a chance to avoid damage and Cat's Agility some attack speed. But the interesting part is that during Cat's Stealth we gain Crimson Dance thanks to the Farrul's scroll. So for a few seconds we stack as much Crimson Dance bleeds as possible, then we switch back to regular bleeds and both of them stack. This alternation is completely automatic and happens all the time, so you should not try to think about it, just play as usual. It does not matter much to try to optimize it. So theoretically you would more than double your DPS, but in practice it's hard to achieve 8 stacks of Crimson Dance in a short amount of time, even though we have a good attack speed and that we can stand tanking everything most of the time. So it is kinda impossible to calculate the exact boost in DPS this offers. A downside of Crimson Dance is that it obviously requires some ramping up. So to counter that, we support it with less duration support. Some people even add Swift Affliction, but this increases the mana reservation. For this reason, it is very important to craft a suffix on a piece of armor or on an unsent ring, so that you have some sockets. To craft this suffix, you buy a Farrul's Beast for 10 chaos and use Einar's Altar in the Menagerie. You need an open suffix on the item. In my case, I use the Recover on Life Block shield. Using Farrul's Fur is up to you and your budget. It increases the duration of Cat Stealth, which is preferable for more Crimson Dance stacks, for the fact that aspect of mana will reserve no mana, and that you get phasing and frenzy charges. But it will get very pricey to fix your resistances, and you forego the passive endurance charge generation from the Searing Exile implicit on your chest, so you're back to using Enduring Cry. My other additions to the build include Ashes of a Star, for approximately 1.5 divines. It scales the level and quality for all our gems. I'm not going to list all the benefits because it would be way too long and not so interesting, but the most important is of course our main skill, Lacerate of Hemorrhage. Because the additional base level gives us more base attack damage %, which will scale our bleed of course, and the quality will give us % more damage with bleeding. So both of them are a huge boost. So on my build, Ashes of a Star results in approximately 20% more DPS. And finally, I use a Circle of Guilt with increased physical damage and reservation efficiency for Herald of Purity. You could also get one with increased buff effect of Herald of Purity. Try to get a perfect or near perfect roll on reservation, because that will make it a lot easier to grab all the auras you need. You can find one with such rolls for approximately 5 to 20 chaos. And to choose the best one, look at the implicit of each listing and find something that is worth for you. There is also another tech that I chose not to use, which is to use the combo of Venopuncture and the Tempest Rising boots. This allows us to remove a Jack Technic Ascendancy node and allocate either Weapon Master or War Attrition. But I find it gets near impossible to include this in my setup while maintaining resistances and everything, and I find Weapon Master not that great as it is 15% more damage, and War Attrition does not work well with the content I run. I have not changed my weapon, I have not changed my shield, just crafted the aspect of a cat on it. I did change my helmet, body armor and boots for the resistances, and removed spell suppression on my gear as it's too hard to keep it up to 100%, and I find it's not a very good idea to get spell suppression without capping it at 100%. I did get a lot more life on the rares though, so overall my tankiness didn't move a lot. Might actually have improved against damage over time. On another quick trick, with the bench you can press movement speed and chance to get Onslaught on kill, so this allows you to not use a silver flask and instead add a jade or a sulfur or whatever you want. I also have changed some passive trees to get more mana reservation efficiency so that I didn't need an Enlighten support gem. So that's up to you if you have an Enlighten or don't, and if you want to buy one or not. Keep in mind that we want quite a long bleed duration, so that the Crimson Dance and normal bleed alternation works better. So you might want to remove some of the passes that make your bleed inflict their damage faster, or ailments inflict their damage faster. With that being said, I hope you discovered some new technologies and you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, and see you in the next.